a bit crazy in Seattle today. Snowing like madness out there. I don't even know if the webcam really shows it that well. But I figured I'd show everybody the niftiness. Oh look, the car's actually going super slow. They're starting to get stuck. The truck over there across the street gave up. You can see like the tail lights of it. But I digress. It's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to get hacking on SQL Server today. So, should be fun. It is SQL Server Day. Boom. I wonder too if I can cheers myself. I'm not going to do that though right now. Alright, so you see here on the screen, boom, a Trello board. This Trello board is something that I've set up publicly accessible that shows not only what I'm working on via Twitch, but just overall on the projects. A lot of these link to different GitHub repos, and I've decided to put this in Trello for the simple reason that there isn't really a good way to have swim lanes like this in GitHub that can basically point out to all the different repos. Unless you create a repo, that would be the central one. So I've chosen to use Trello for this. And it's going to include everything from the ML for All conference, like the stuff that I'm organizing, which is a machine learning for all conference. I'll pull up the page real quick to show you. And there's a few others that I'm going to show you on this thing. Quite a few web pages we're going to go through as we dig into SQL Server. But today is SQL Server Day right here. So I'm going to actually pull that up and we'll edit it together. So if you want access to this, you want to work on any of these projects with me, just let me know. We'll dive in on stuff together. It'll be super rad. And you know, we can just move stuff back and forth between swim lanes, hoity-toity, however we want to. Basically what I'm starting to do with each of these database reviews though is I'm being a little bit more meticulous about it. And I have the link to the event, several items in a checklist, such as installation methods there, and then of course the due date, which is pertinent to when I'll actually be going into that particular topic. So I'll be taking the notes in here too. So I'll add comments like first, note, and then links, right? So I'm saving this not in the stream. I'm saving this outside of what shows in the stream. But all the content will show up here, just like first note right there, etc., etc. The idea is it'll provide a central place for all the notes, for all the databases that I review and look at, the specific hacks, SQL, CQL, Go code, whatever code we write against the databases will go into a repo and then be linked to via this. So this will be kind of like the central place. But I'm also going to work on a basic github.io site, which will link pertinent information, but also link to this as a central repo. And I'll point that out and add it to the Twitch stream for future reference too. So it'll be like the central place to go to look for, I don't know, basically all of my project work and all of these different Twitch streams that I'm doing. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the database, right? So I pinged a new acquaintance, a new Twitter friend, a new Twitch friend on Twitter, Chrissy Lemaire. And let's see here, I'm going to pull up the blog entry that she referred to that she had written. Let's see here, why is my bidirectional links here are not working quite right. So I'll just, let's see, dbatools.io.docker. So dbatools.io /docker. And she's written a post. It's actually a pretty good entry point into figuring out what the hell is going on with SQL Server these days. So first things first, T-SQL. As she points out right here, today's article is part of the T-SQL Tuesday. And she wrote it just not long ago, January 8th, so this is kind of perfect timing. T-SQL is SQL Server's kind of proprietary SQL for it SQL, right? Every SQL database, relational database that uses SQL has something like this set up, right? In the case of SQL Server, it's T-SQL. In the case of Oracle, it's P-SQL. In the case of DB2, it's something else. Postgres has its own variant. But the cool thing to know is most of these are, I believe they call it ANSI compliant or ANSI like 1080 compliant or whatever, some nice number. So it's like a huge percentage, like 98% of all of the SQL you'll see and use against relational databases is all the same, right? So you have select something from table. That's the general gist of SQL, and then create table, create database, etc., etc. So this isn't exactly, my focus isn't to dive into the nuances of SQL, but I just wanted to point out that that is the specific SQL Server version of SQL. They call it T-SQL. So let's see here. She points out some more stuff about where to get started, Windows, Mac OS. We're not using Mac OS. We are using Linux today, Ubuntu 18.04 specifically, and I have Docker installed already and Docker PS, so nothing running. But we have the Postgres image, okay, and I thought I had pulled down the Apache one previously, but that's here nor there right now. And she's created two DBA tools, SQL Instance and SQL Instance 2. They're pretty hefty. So let's see. These images are based off of Microsoft SQL Server 2007 Docker image. So let's actually go look at the Docker image here. And yes, I am going to get started primarily straight from Docker right now. This is a quick start. You can use Docker to pull and run this container image. So let's go look at this container image, actually. I'm going to go the Docker route first, and then we're going to kind of do this session backwards. So Docker route first, then I'm going to see about installing it on Linux and see where we get, right? So it's your Docker pull, this thing. So let's go ahead and get this started. Maybe we'll even multitask and do both, right? Because this might take 4 hours. I don't know. I got gigabit, but I don't know how big the image is. It might be 4 terabytes or something. I mean, if it's 4 terabytes, we're all in a big hooey of trouble. But it ain't that big. It's like, I think it's like a gig or something. Anyway, leave that working for a minute. We'll scroll down here. See your Microsoft. These are, it's like various releases and tags for the releases, whatever. They got the GitHub project, as one does. The SA password is nothing. MS SQL PID is your product ID edition name. What? 1.8, at least 2 gigabytes of RAM. Oh wow, so make sure to assign enough memory to the Docker VM if you're running on Docker for Mac or Windows. So I know I have enough RAM. I allocated like 8 or 16 gigs to this particular thing. So that should keep things all hunky-dory there. Hello Greendolf, how goes it today? We're just looking at some SQL Server stuff. Does that little icon, does she have like a little tool or something? That's a pretty cool like avatar or whatever to go for SQL Day. It's like you get a tool when you're working on the toolbox or something. So that's on Mac or Windows, at least 2 gigabytes. Got 2 gigabytes, that's taken care of. How to use this image. All right, we got to accept the EULA. The password is your strong password, except it says that there isn't a password. Quotes instead of the single quotes. Oh yeah, not. Use double quotes instead of single quotes. Okay, I don't think that'll work or bother Linux. So and then we're going to start MSQL. Oh, I guess it depends on what version you want to run here. But what the heck am I running? I don't even... How do you know which one you've gotten? That's kind of CU8. So we're going to save this as a link. So here, put this in here. Sequence image for some integration testing while playing around with implementing an ORM in .NET. Super nice to have a containerized DB. Yes, yes indeed, it is super nice. And that's kind of what I'm working at right here, is just to get up and running with a container image of it and then work against it with something. And then I'm going to actually run it locally too. I'm going to attempt to install it locally, but I don't know how far I'm going to get with that. We'll see. Right now though, let's see, I just want to add this one quick, where is it? No, that wasn't what I did. Just trying to find a link, and I'm going to add the link to the notes for this session. Ah, there it is, found it. Okay. So links, actually, whatever, there. So I got one link. Then we're going to do another link, the blog entry. And there was another one. What was it? I went through... Oh yeah, I should make sure that's in focus. Yeah, okay. There was another link that I just looked at that was pretty useful. Oh yeah, the docs link, which is, I think, this one. Yeah, bash. Oh wow, they got them. Okay, check that out. They got choose your command shell, bash or PowerShell, and you can click between them and choose which one to use. Let's see here. I got it in this third link I'm adding, has it. That's pretty slick. I gotta say that the docs for everything from Microsoft these days are really nice. I was never really unhappy with the MSDN docs of yesteryear, but the docs now are they're just better, and that's super cool. So there, I've added a few more links that'll be useful to our endeavor here. And let's check where our image actually is. Downloaded the image. Cool. Okay, so let's see here. Docker images. MS SQL Server Linux 1.35 gigs. That's not bad. That's not too terribly giant or whatever. I for some reason I thought it was like 4 gigs, but maybe that's like a Windows version. It's a 4 gig version. Yeah, so let's see here. Connect to Docker exec, Oh yeah, and you can connect with SQL command. I forgot all about that. Let's see if I can... We'll just try this one. Whatever. And the password... I didn't set the password, but maybe your strong password is it. What happened? Oh. Didn't get the D. That's not very useful. Yeah. I just remember, like, I pulled down a Windows container for a Windows server not too long ago. And it was at least, I could have sworn it was 4 gigs, or maybe even bigger. It just, I felt like it kind of defeated the point of containers. Having a base image of a server that's 4 gigs, just, like, I can't move that around efficiently. You know, it doesn't matter what type of network it's on or anything, but I don't know, whatever they're doing with that stuff. I shy away from attempting anything with Windows servers these days. It's stuck on a mobile hotspot. Yeah, like, how would you even... You would just be completely out of luck. You would want... Like even a 1 point something gig database Linux image is just too big. I mean, you'd want something with like Alpine and MySQL or Alpine and Postgres on it. I mean, what's that, like a couple hundred megabytes at most? And even then, that's unwieldy. You know, on a mobile hotspot, that is. I think with like LTE and a good, 10 megabits per second connection, you could kind of manage that, right? But yeah, it's tricky. I wouldn't want to be trying to do something heavy duty with big images unless I had gigabit internet or something. All right, so let's see here. So we running? We're up 36 seconds. So it looks like our connection here is running ZZZZ at port 1433. So let's actually, so I pulled pgadmin for Postgres, for the Postgres session, and I also use DataGrip, but I've been using DataGrip for everything because it just connects to like every type of database imaginable practically, at least the ones I've looked at so far, which has been Apache, Cassandra, DataStax Enterprise, Postgres, and now SQL Server. I'm going to look at some other ones which I'm pretty sure it doesn't connect to, but it's been pretty resilient and awesome for me so far. All right, so let's see if we can get connected here to, let's see, there's Azure SQL Database, which I assume is kind of the same syntax as Microsoft SQL Server, but I'm going to just go with straight MS SQL Server. And then localhost, sounds good. Let's stick with localhost here. And I guess it's thinking really hard here or something. And I need to get the driver, so I'll go ahead and hit download. I'm going to pull that in. We're going to go with 1433, which is the default SQL Server driver. If I'm correct, yeah, so it had it mapped correctly to 1433. Didn't give me a weird Docker port or anything. And then, let's see here. User, we're going to go with SA. And then it started with that, I guess when you're starting the SQL Server instance with Docker, when I use that big command, it's setting the SA password to this, is what I suspect. So let's go with that, right? Boom. Remember password. The default is good. And then, I just heard a magical sound. Did somebody follow? I wasn't actually paying attention. See, I think we're that connection though. That should be it. That should work, I'll bet. I'm betting that was a follow. So thanks for the follow on that regard. So let's your SA. We got the password. Oh, it already went hidden. So let's test the connection. And what do we get here? Haha, yeah, win. So go ahead and load that up, and let's see. Can we make a database? I wonder. New database. Sure. Oh wow, yeah, that easy. So new database, new table. Yeah. User table. Me and my silly names for stuff. So let's go with ID. And what is it? GUID. That's not what it's called. How do I? There we go. So that was control space I hit, and it brought up all the options. So let's go down and find unique identifier, which I could have sworn. What is their type? I thought it was just GUID. Oh, then of course I wonder if this actually knows what to put in there. I would think it. Oh, there it is. Unique identifier. That actually makes a lot of sense. Derp. And then let's see, create unique We'll say UUID SQL server. I don't remember what the command is, but I know there's a command you can use to, yeah, generate the unique identifier. Oh, so that daily coding has an error. Well, that won't do us any good. Oh, so is it just new ID? Probably is what it is. Look at that beautiful documentation again. So yeah, just new ID. Beautifully simple. Yep, color codes it, not null, unique, primary key. What if I need to do that? Whoa. What's it do? ID, uindex. I love that it gives it all the appropriate casing and stuff for this stuff. Auto include. Why would it even need to? Why wouldn't it unique, I wonder, be unique by default? If you're doing, I mean, if you're doing a primary key, obviously it's going to be unique. If you're doing a new ID, it's definitely going to be unique, right? I mean, that seems kind of weird. So let's add a comment too. Strange that it is unique and a new ID and a primary key, lols. So I'll execute that, boom. Now it wrote all that SQL, I don't really know what it did with that SQL for me. Oh, that's interesting. So I don't know what it did with that table either. Let's look at schema and just see what it says. Execute. Huh. Well, it's all fine and dandy. So let's leave that for a second and check out what else we can do here. We could jump into Docker, container ID. Now we can actually execute SQL command. I'm not too concerned about doing that right now, though. Oh, and there's where it actually explains what I derived from SA password, which I guess is kind of obvious. And here's the PID that tells what version you're going to use. It's kind of interesting that they have it all rolled into the image that way. I wonder if that's kind of what bloats it up to the 1.5 gigs and how they manage that. That seems weird. I'd have to look closer at the layering of the Docker image itself. But that's cool. I got up and running with that pretty quick. So let's take a look at, I think what I want to look at is, let's see, yeah, this. I always used in the past, being on Windows, SSMS, or SQL Server Management Studio. So there's Azure Data Studio, which I guess that's for Azure Data cross-platform database tool for data professionals using the Microsoft family of on-premises and cloud data platforms on these platforms. So I guess you could do Azure Data Studio. Let's do that. Oh, there's the deb. I'll pull a deb for that one. And then over here, though, let's see, what is SSMS? We already know that. And there's the famous little icon. Connect to SQL Server on Linux. Yeah, I want to do that. Isn't there a way? Well, I guess they're saying this is the only option. Azure Data Studio is your option if you run Linux. Okay, that's cool. Let's go over here too and see. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do. No, I don't want to participate. There we go. Developer, full-featured free edition, licensed to use its development test database and non-production environment. So free edition of SQL Server, ideal for development and production for desktop, web, and small server applications. Alright, that's interesting. So let's go with, we're going to do some pretty basic stuff, so we'll go with developer. I'm going to go ahead and download that for now. Also, we want to keep that Data Studio thing. And oh yeah, we need to do this, not whatever this crap is. That's kind of flaky. Why put this up here if you're going to put the OS option down here? Anyway, whatever. Fussing aside. There we go. So install SQL Server. Oh, they got it in sudo apt-get. So that's cool. So I'm going to run this thing so we can start getting the Data Studio installed. Let's make a little... Oops, there. Come back. There we go. So install Data Studio. So where are we at in the video? We are 29:30 in, installing Azure Data Studio. All right, and then let's actually get this going here too. So copy that. Add the key. We'll add the repo. Tip, if you want to try SQL Server 19, I don't need to do that yet. And then update and install. Is it still? Oh wow. Not yet valid. Okay. So then update. You got Microsoft, Docker, Postgres from previous installations. There we go. And then install. And just let that go for a minute. It's going to take a minute or two. I bet that installation, though, is faster than the one on Windows. I mean, I'm on a VM, and I bet that gets done before this session gets done. Anybody want to put $10 on it? And I'll say by 4:30 it's going to be done. 4:30 p.m. It is 4 p.m. to me right now. Alright, so I'm going to let that go for a while. Down install the Studio, that's what I'm doing. So get Azure Studio for Windows. I wonder if there's anything specific here. So just run deb to extract it. Oh, I don't need to do that. Azure Data Studio. That's cool. Okay. Oh, look at there. Oh, look. Yeah, that totally had smoked. That was so fast. To complete the setup of Microsoft SQL Server, do this. Okay. Well, let's go and actually stop the Docker one first. Use mother command line for that, so that stays in focus. So we got that one running. Then let's say stop. Is it A11 F7 B9 5 BDFA? I don't want that one running while we get the local thing going. And that might actually take the rest of the whole day or something. I don't know. All right. So there we get that started. I'm going to close that. Enter your edition. Oh, I had to pick one? Free, no production use rights, developer, express. I'm going to go with developer because I want to play around with other parts of it. That may, like, I know it has some I think it has SSRS and some other capabilities, but anyway, I'm going to go with 2 for developer. Yes. Alright, configuring SQL Server. I'll let that run for a minute. I like this command line interface for this though. Let's see right here. Anything else? Once configuration is done, verify the service is running. So we're doing that right now, right? Oh, SQL. Wow. Okay, I'm honestly in shock. This is pretty impressive. So I just did setup, did the install. We're not even 20 minutes in. This is not previous versions of SQL Server. That is for sure. That is pretty badass. SQL Server is now starting. Okay. So then what's it say? It's do system control status MS SQL Server. Huh. Active. Look at there. I am impressed. I'm honestly impressed, Microsoft. SQL Server team, you did a good job with this. SQL Server, TCP port on your firewall. Yeah, I'm not worried about that right now. Oh, and then there's command line tools. There's new ones. Sweet. Let's hear. We should probably look at those too, wouldn't you think? CLI tools. Just taking another note real quick. I'll be glad when I have all this stuff on one screen, so I don't have to like shift back and forth as I'm talking through all this stuff. Yeah, so let's do that too. This is just getting better by the minute. Isn't this the, I don't know, I would think this is the one that I just did. But whatever. Doesn't hurt to give it another shot. Then in this, actually let's just do this. And we'll see if that one is in there. Yeah, that is what I just added. So I didn't really need to add it twice. Huh? Oh, maybe I did. Okay, let's update it then. Run it, update. Oh, yeah, that's how you update on Linux. Optional add blah to your path environment in the bash shell. To make BCP accessible from the bash shell for login sessions, modify your path in the bash profile with the following command. Do I wanna? Why not? Let's do that, and then we'll unable to locate. Did it not? Okay, that's annoying. Unable to locate MS SQL tools. So I guess maybe the repository didn't get added correctly. What did it say when I tried to add that? Added it, but well, anyway, we don't need that at this very moment anyway. Let's focus back on what we're doing here. So added notes here. Then oops, okay. And let's get in here and try this out. Would you like to enable preview features? Sure, why not? Help and well, whatever, you just collect whatever. So here, another little note real quick. Let's see here, we're about to dive into Azure Data Studio. Let's see what we can do with this. Server. We'll go with localhost. SA. I'll remember it. What the heck? It's a database. Yeah, we'll go with default to start with. What is advanced got? Application intent, synchronous processing, security, source attached, DB file. Okay, well, whatever. I just want this stuff. So let's. So I guess this is going to save one of the connections. Oh, I need a name probably to save it, right? So we'll say local database setup, or local database. Databases. Whatever. Did not. Oh, it did. I just typed that crap wrong. All right, this looks like good SQL Server interface. So far, I'm very happy with this. Oh, it looks like Visual Studio Code, too. It has its own little thing here. So we got servers, local databases. Ah, this is really nice. Master model, MSDB, TempDB, security, server objects. Oh, this is just beautiful. And task history, what is this? Local databases. Interesting. Search. Pretty standard, kind of like, you know, your standard. Oh, it is built on code. Okay, I get it. Let's make this bigger and really take this thing for a drive. Sure, let's install the one thing. Or actually, no, let's not. Let's do, whoops. Promise I'm not getting off track here. So we're going to do material. What? No material theme? Let's install some of the SQL Server stuff for sure. Marketplace. Gate SQL Server. Server reports for Azure Data Studio provided. Let's check that out. Let's get let's try this. Since I'm on Linux, I'm very curious about it. Server import, profiler. Yeah, who is active, always on insights. Wow, this is a lot of good stuff. Yeah, we will take the dark theme since we can't find the other thing. No, I don't do this. Just want to install. Oh, it's just, okay, whatever. I gave up on that. Combined scripts, first responder. A lot of good stuff in here. MS SQL Insights. Adds a new database command. I don't really know that. Oh, let's do a formatter and beautifier. Stored procedure executable. Oh, no, don't want to go out there and install it either. If it doesn't install here, I don't want to mess with it. Key map. Okay, that's good for now. I don't even know what we're going to do with it yet, but we're going to figure it out. So, alright. That's all good. And then, oh, that's Azure, but we're on the local database, so let's look at that. Learn how to configure the dashboard. So how do we create a new database? No? All databases? New connection, new server group, show active connection. So how do I just write, I want to write a new query. Yeah, that's it. Sweet. Okay, so let's do create database, my new database. Can I do that? I don't even remember. No, I can't do that. Let's just do my new database. Ah. Oh, come on, refresh. So where did it... Well, there it is. Refresh. Databases. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's not a system database. Duh. Alright, so let's hear. We did that. Where does it... Oh, okay. Let's create a little project here. Go in here. Just say SQL Server. Create database. Boom. And let's get a table. We got to create a table, right? Create table. User data or users. Let's call it Twitter users. And then I'm going to look up syntax here. So T SQL create table. Yeah, I'm honestly, like, going through this right now, I am blown away by how awesome SQL Server is in regards to how much they've improved it just from the cross-platform perspective. That's really, really cool in my opinion. Wow, I just looked out and there's like more snow. This is nuts. So I started the session just, I don't know, 35 minutes ago. But check this out. I got a little cam turned around. Look at that. That's like, it's thicker. It's actually thicker. Like, watch, I'll just turn it real slow here. It's sitting totally on top of the hedgerow in front of the house. That's nuts. We're supposed to get snow for like another, I don't know, week or two or something. And then somebody was telling me we can get snow for 3 weeks, which is going to be complete destruction for Seattle. I guess we'll figure it out. Get me a ladder and scrape some snow off the roof. Anyway, back to creating a table. Yeah, so there's the simple syntax. Create table. Database name. Let's do this. We'll just, I can just copy it. Yeah, it's been snowing up here in Kirkland. Oh yeah, so I'm over in Ballard, right? Just looking at the other water from the same direction, right, westward facing. And yeah, the camera is actually facing east though, even though I'm over here in West Ballard. And yeah, it's kind of nuts. I don't think I've ever seen this much snow ever in the Northwest, honestly. Let's see, where'd my, I hate it when I close the wrong window. Oh, here we go. So, I just noticed what the icon looked like. So let's paste that in here and then just go through this and get this created. So database name. The database name, what did I call it? My new database. I wonder if I can do like DBO dot my new. No? Oh well, my new database dot. No, I'm not really putting it in this thing. So dot. Oh well, this would be table name, right? So yeah, I don't really need to put the database. I'm running it in my new database already. That's what this up here is. Can I click it? Yeah, there. So it's in the database. I guess before, as with SQL, you could say use my new database. Then you always know you're on the right database too. So then go to knock it down to the next command. I guess, I mean, do we even really need that? I don't think we do in SQL. So let's see here. Creating a table. Alright, so we did that, table name, and then, okay, now we just need column definitions. Which is, let's see here, create table, column definitions in this. So let's see, we need parens. Do we need curly braces too? I think we need curly braces. So let's see, let's say user ID, unique identifier. Is it primary key? Is that how you do it? Or do you just say primary? Primary key, default. I don't know how to set a default. Is it new ID? I don't need a comment, do I? Column definition, computed column definition, column set definition, table constraints, that would be this bit. So I think this is right, unless this needs to go, oh, that might actually need to go last. Right? Or no, column set definition should be first. I don't know, we'll put it here and hope. And then let's just let's username. It's varchar 50. No, let's go with 150. Yeah, there we go. What was it required? Not bad. I don't think we need a trailing one. Let's see if we can run that. Oh, look at that. I can't believe it. I just wrote SQL. Hadn't done that in a billion years, and I just made a table. This thing doesn't refresh so great, though. Ah, there we go. So columns, primary key, username, keys listed here. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. Oh, that is good. Constraint, refresh. You're really just kind of looking at it, though. Huh. Well, that's nice. I really like that. Let's go back over and look at the other one real quick. We're only 49 minutes into this one. So I add a few more notes real quick. So it's your Azure Data Studio, and that's your work. Say 50 minutes. And look more at data grip. Is this the SQL Server Linux version? Or are you connecting to something remote? I am connecting to the SQL Server Linux version. It is running locally on the Ubuntu machine that I'm running on, which is actually a virtual machine. Previously, I just set up Docker too, which was crazy fast. Like, all of this setup was crazy fast. I am honestly shocked at how capable all of this is. I mean, it's never previously taken me. It's never been this fast to set up SQL Server. That's what I'm saying. Before, things like MySQL or Postgres, I could set up in 5 minutes and get running against them, right? I just did that with SQL Server, and that boggles my mind. I actually greened off. I had it in the container. You're right. But this is, so I did the sudo apt-get install, right? And then it started, so I went ahead and shut down the Docker one because I didn't want them to conflict. So yeah, I did that so quick though. I mean, if you missed it, it was like 10 seconds that I did that. It blew me away again, you know. The whole thing here. I'm kind of in a little bit of shock. It's been a little while, I will admit, since I used SQL Server in any significant way. At least, almost 3 years now. But wow, like the last 3 years has changed so freakishly in such a massive positive way. It really has. I'm seriously impressed. But let's hear. So yeah, we're at 50, and I'm going to dig a little into data grip again. We were just looking at the Azure Data Studio. Is that what it is called? I think. I put a link in there, so be able to re-reference it as soon as I get that GitHub.io site back out there. Let's hear. So this was connected. This was connected to the container, which should fail now. Yeah. And let's do. No, I want to do another database. So can I do a new data source? Yeah, that's it. Okay, new data source. And then this will be local database. Localhost 1433. User SA. Okay, so SQL Server database. What did I call it? Do you remember what I called it, Greendorf? Completely. There's my database, something. I guess I don't really need to put that. I can just go into it. Oh, control space code completion available. Code space. Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think there was. Let's test the connection. Oh, look. It started looking in the databases, I bet. So I hit control space. And and it's trying. It's tried to do something. Anyway, we're connected. So this is the local database now, and it is DBO. Oh, I don't care about this one. Dad, burn it. What is the? Should add that to favorites. Add this. Oh, that is in favorites. Well, where is the Azure? Yeah, I want to look back in that because it just shows the master database. That's kind of weird. Data grip. So yeah, my new database, and then Twitter users. Did that not run? It totally ran, right? Yeah, we looked at it just now. Oops, local databases, my new database, tables, Twitter users. Yeah. And there it is with everything. Okay, no backup found. There it is there. Downloading this thing? What? File service to... I don't know what's going on there. That's pretty weird. Oh, and here's a terminal. That could be useful. So we're good. So, oh, database size in megabytes. Does that mean no databases? I guess, oh, 8 megabytes with nothing. That seems normal, actually. So, my new database. So I guess let's take a look at this and see if we can change it to the database that we actually want to be connected to. Diagrams, scripted extensions, properties maybe? Yeah. Let's do this. Apply. And then boom. Oh yeah, there we go. So, an important thing to note. We need to make sure that I guess it just goes to the first one. In the tiny window? What's the tiny window? I don't even know what that is. Oh, that looks awesome. It has all the stuff right there. I am becoming more and more of a fan of data grip too. It's just it's powerful. Group content, show empty groups. Auto scroll. Oh crap, yes. I should be back to that. Let's fix that. There we go. Oops, my bad. Yeah, so that is pretty slick. We got data grip here with the unique identifier, username, and all that jazz. So let's see if I can get SQL scripts or SQL generator. What's that going to do for me? Yeah, there we go. Nice. Yeah, I guess I don't have to capitalize everything like I always do. Use surrogate auto-generated names. Reformat generated code. Wonder if I can just do a single one here. SQL generator. Oh yeah, alter table. That's what I'm talking about. Cool. So while I'm here, let's see, we're at .57. So let's add a note here. We're going to do some 57. Let's figure out some data grip tweaks. All right, I'm going to close this, go into data grip, and let's actually do this. Let's do select. Oh wait, how do I just want to run a query. New project SQL file. What? Yeah, sure. Documents, SQL Server. Let's go in here. Adding data dot SQL. There we go. Oh, nice. It pulls up the project directory. Yeah, I'm in love. This is freaking awesome. So let's see though. Open this and then say insert into, Twitter users. Yeah, from stuff, blah, blah, blah. Well, just username, right? Username. Is that how we do this? I don't remember how to write. I'm completely spacing on how to write an insert. Twitter users, and then you do this, right? Username. And let's do user ID too. Yeah, there we go. And this. Oh, no, I don't get that anymore. Yeah, so enter, oh yeah, values, and then we parens again, right? And then do it. So new ID. No, it doesn't like it now. Oh, it's because it's a function. It's probably case sensitive. But you could do this here. Anyway, that, and then so I'm going to put me in. No, actually we'll put in Greendolf underscore. There we go. And then we'll add Bobby. Auth 0 Bobby. Okay, it doesn't like that. It doesn't like my new ID. What's here? Insert into T-SQL new ID. Yeah, like that. Wait, that's what I put. Oh, single quotes. Single quotes. Oh, there we go. And that's doubled up for whatever weird reason. Now we got it. Okay. What's this say? One error found, 2 warnings found. Analysis complete. Oh, should I do this? Yeah, look at there. Okay. What's it warning about? 2 warnings found, 1 typo. How do I get the warning to undo or whatever? Anyway, I'm gonna run that. Oh, I don't have. Let's put in the appropriate syntax here. Use my new database to values. What? Expected something, got this. Right. Oh, and this shouldn't be Postgres. This should be Microsoft SQL Server. There we go. Console. What the? I don't know about that. That's kind of a weird feature, but that works. Do both of them. Run all of them. There we go. Alright, so now we have data in here. So if we run this, reload page, it shows them. So now, let's see here. Can I do like a SQL insert, SQL updates, HTML table tab separated? Oh, wow. That's super awesome. So if I do this, what's it give me? Oh, I don't know what in the world I'm doing there. Let's keep it like not whatever that is. DDL. What's that do? Oh, okay, that gives you, yeah, of course, the. I just wanna write some SQL now where it's select whatever. Select star from Twitter. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see what the autocomplete looked like. There we go. So if I run that, yeah, just run the select. Boom. There we go. All right. So we just covered a good bit of stuff there. We got SQL Server installed. We got a SQL Server Docker container pulled. We installed Azure Data Studio. We installed SQL Server, well, we attempted to install SQL Server CLI tools. They didn't seem to be in the repo, the apt-get repo, which is weird. But anyway, no biggie. Then we just skipped that and we went into Azure Data Studio and started working with that a little bit. Figured out how to write a query in Azure Data Studio. Then moved on to DataGrip and did some more tweaks in that. And wrote some queries in DataGrip. And before leaving and wrapping this one up, I'm going to do another thing. Let's see here. I want to make the freaking fonts more readable and everything else in here more readable. Let's do that. So we're at 1 hour, 4 minutes, and that's what we're gonna do that. So note 1 hour, 4 minutes, fixing fonts. Boom. Alright, now where is this stuff? So I'm using Dracula. It's high contrast too, which is probably like, whoa, that's, oh, whoo, Windows 95 freakout here. I kind of like it though, it's kind of cool. Well, let's do a show memory indicator. Monex, da da da. That's cool. Okay. Presentation mode is 24. That can stay on 24, but we need to go down to editor. And what's your font? That's one space, so we'll do 16, 18. Dude, there should be a hot dog theme. That would be amazing. Oh, this looks much better. That one. Fallback font. I don't know why I always try to pick one of those. Doesn't really matter. What does this do? Let's do 0.8. What's that? Nope. I'm sticking to 1. Okay. So that's cool. And then color scheme. There's another one. Yeah, console font 20. Okay, console font, color scheme font, language defaults, general. Alright, code style, inspections. Oh, nice. That's pretty slick. I am really liking this tool. Archive, okay, that's good. But then let's get in here too and get some of this cool stuff. So the marketplace is just like all the other ones, right? You can get material theme, which I was trying to get for code, but that didn't seem to work. Oh, and then markdown. Let's get that one. We'll restart real quick. And outside, just for reference, not even an hour ago when I started this session, you could actually see the surface of the road. Now you can't. And people are going way slower when they do go by. I'm surprised that I moved the camera and somebody actually goes by. So nobody's been by for 15 minutes or so. Alright, so material theme though. Alright, y'all. Don't pick lighter. Which one should I pick? Any preferences here? Maybe Deep Ocean. That kind of looks like the crazy theme I have going on. One dark, solarized dark. Oh, rain and slush down there. Yeah, we're getting that north wind is smashing it into us. Like the south is coming up, but it's dropping it right down on us from the north wind. It's super weird that this is happening. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so now DataGrip should look much better. Yeah, there we go. Oh my god, look at this. Oh, it thinks these are MySQL statements. I wonder how it could fix that. Or maybe that's just the SQL syntax for it. This looks so much better though. Oh yeah, look at that. Adding data SQL Server. Yeah, you would think that based on the connection it would dictate that. Hey Chew Toy, how's it going? We're just looking at data grip right now and kind of tuning it up a little bit. Just got SQL Server installed as a container and SQL Server installed as a Docker image. And now we're just kind of tweaking around, making this a little bit more readable. This still looks not like a super great font size for all readability and such. It's still kind of, eh. Oh, let me fix that. Let's see here. I want to do this, and then SQL scripts, generate SQL. Yeah, give me all of this. I'm going to put that in the create database. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, so where the hell are those fonts at? Settings. Yeah, seriously. Mongo play, whatever. Bash support, yeah, let's do that. Ignore. Swagger, I'm not going to be doing Swagger in here. This is IHDL. Oh, weird, VHDL. Wow, impressive. Docker integration. Dart R. I might do some R, but I don't know if I'll be doing it in this. Oh, we got to get the Nyan Cat progress bar. Forgot all about that. Rain glow color schemes, code glance, key promoter. All right, let's do all that. Restart again. VS Code themes. Boom, boom, dark. Yeah, seriously. I tell you right now, everybody with a Subaru, it's just like I should go drive my Subaru. This is totally Subaru weather. Okay, we gotta figure out these fonts, man. This is crazy. So go into settings here, and then well, I'll get that back. So let's go to editor. Well, we're not in the editor. We're appearance and behavior. So file colors, material custom themes, material theme. Does that look like high contrast mode? Oh wait, yeah, let's do high contrast mode or contrast mode or whatever. Wait a second, isn't that what? Oh yeah, we definitely want to do that. Okay, and then tabs, active tab highlight color. Yeah, let's make it pink. And then over here it should change, right? Yeah, look at it, it's super pink. Now it's crazy. Uppercase bold tabs. Yeah, let's do that too. Let's see what that looks like. And compact status bar. Down list, nope. Hide file comment, that's fine. Project view. Custom tree indent, thickness, font size, there we go. Let's change this sucker to like 18. And now let's just go to 20. We'll go straight to 20. Oh yeah, there we go. Now that's much more readable. Components, features. Yes, material fonts. What the heck? What? Yes, let's use Roboto. Roboto fonts. Other tweaks. What do other tweaks do? Theme title bar. Let's see what that does. Nothing? Okay, that's cool. Hey Brendan, how are you? We're just tweaking on data grid now. Wait, is that what it's called? Yeah, data grip. Not data grid, data grip. I'm trying to find how to make the text bigger in here. because that's kind of small. And it would be nice to actually have it be readable. That's what it says though, current and blah, editor. Oh, let's do this. Yeah, can I do that? And I can go, magic! Now it's like Visual Studio Code, which is pretty slick and awesome. Oh yeah, that is beautiful. These little things are still flaky. I don't get that. Let's see here. Synchronize. What? Sure, synchronize. What's that do? Now I want to synchronize the settings now. Data sources settings. No? That makes me wonder if I can do control scroll wheel on other things now, instead of just this. Ah. Well, anyway, I guess solves a lot of things. Maybe I'll tweak on this a little bit more. What's your vote? Is that font size pretty good? Still sucks? Like, I don't know. What's your take on that? Is it nice and readable in the stream? That is the main question for me. Oh yeah, there we go. So that made that bigger. Did that make all the... Oh yeah, that bumped up everything. Sweet. Subpixel. Cool. Oh, kid and their sled just went by. Like down the... Oh, that's crazy. Going down the middle of the road. It's not that crazy. Well, I mean, maybe it is. Because I would totally do it, but I'm kind of nuts. So I don't know that validates as crazy or not. Kind of giving up trying to figure out that kind of stuff. Just do whatever I want to do. Yeah, I think so. That's good. We're set. We are ready for the next session next time. Oh yeah, I like that. I mean, I can sit like... Oh yeah, I can sit so far away that my freaking chair and my headphone things can't reach any further. Yeah, this is perfect. Love it. Cool. Well, that is a wrap up for this one, but we're still going to raid somebody, of course. And we need to figure out who that is, though. Who should we raid? Anybody got some suggestions on that? Oh, Codebase Alpha. To look at them and see about putting them on auto host because they're hosting me. I greatly appreciate that. Oh, Robert Tables is working. My buddy Program is working. Steampunk Programmer. I think. Let's go. Oh yeah, I totally got to bump up my cheer in Program and Robert Tables. Let's do Robert Tables. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So it's here. So how do you do this? /raid. Forgotten what I'm doing all of a sudden. Robert Tables. Boom. Right? It is intended for mature audiences. So I think everybody here can pretty much handle that, right? I'm gonna throw a little outro here. We'll go in a second. I gotta fix it so it says raid. Here we go. Where? Oh, you got in here already. Come on in, love bunch. Oh, had a good stream. Listening to Robert Tables now.
To whom?
Robert Tables and shit. This guy. We're talking about Pulumi now and stuff.
But really, like, it's not like you're inventing anything really. You know what I mean?
Look at snow. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
I want to go to the restaurant again. I really want the pasta that you ate.
Hold on.
And if they, you know, stream it on Twitch,
What?
that'd be cool. I'm going to demand that
You are number
Hold on.
2.
that I present is streamed, and at worst case recorded with OBS for me to later upload. That's it. Yeah, I bet it does use Terraform. Actually, so I can't really, work reasons, I can't really disclose a lot of the things that I've run into, like some very interesting managed service providers. That's what they do. They just don't tell you that's what they do. Yeah.
Where does he work?
Yeah, Aussie
Oh,
Revolving,
his
like,
company.
why in the hell not, right? I mean, get a one on court. I mean, holy hell. Like, I could do, like, with just these, I could do multicam, like, 4 foot away from a laptop that's actually streaming the thing. Stream it, man. Not everybody can make it. And if you're streaming it with multicam, like, maybe you just record it with OBS, and then you later upload it, and now it's multicam. With scene switching and everything. With, like, one of these. The future is now. Oh, I just activated that. I said the future, not computer. Calm down. Yeah.
Slow car. Stopped.
And when did he stop?
Okay, so
Oh, somebody's crossing the street.
someone's asking me about D&D. Are they still on? Or are they not? I have some thoughts. And I'm gonna take another break before I get into D&D again. Swarm Logic, interesting. May I ask your company? Swarm Logic, can you specify? Ozzy or Bobby, listen. So this is what I'm saying. I think pop-up streams. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Because I got good playlists, I just can't do them on a regular stream. I'm just saying. Yeah, Swarm Logic, it's kind of part of the name. Yeah. Yeah, which is crazy because I remember seeing Off-Zero Bobby in one of my streams. I mean, Off-Zero Bobby, that was a couple weeks back. I was like, wait, do you mean Off-Zero, the company that I actually like know and would love to use for every authentication thing I don't want to reinvent? And you're like, yeah, it's the same company. I'm like, it blew my mind. I was like, this is a real person from the company in my stream. And then you started streaming, and there is a bit of like a, well, names remain static for longer than employment. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Swarm Logic, that's actually the fair point. Ozzy or Bobby, boy, you're gonna have like a whole rebranding effort if you ever leave Alt-Zero. I mean, that is a fair point, right? So, but yeah, no, Lane of Beer, it was, it blew me away, and it was, I think for me it was like the very first kind of like bit of flattery where I was like, Spikes to you is now following some Dungeons and Dragons talk, but thank you very much for the follow. Any questions, post it in here. We're kind of just chatting right now about technology and whatnot. Swarm Logic is also now following. This awesome, everything is working out where I can hear this, and my cameras have not cut out. This is fantastic. But yeah, it's always really flattering when like a person that you don't actively follow or subscribe to or whatnot shows up, right? Like it's one thing to do like kind of that trade thing, like I follow you and I subscribe to you, so then you follow me and you subscribe to me, and it's like this trade-off weird thing where really Twitch is collecting. Like I follow you and I subscribe to you, so then you follow me and you subscribe to me, and it's like this trade-off weird thing where really Twitch is collecting. Thing, right? I'm just saying, like, am I the only one that's starstruck by certain people that, like, just randomly show up and follow, and you're just like, what? I'm just saying. Landon BR, I tend to be unofficial dev role for Microsoft and Gatsby nowadays with all the stuff I push about tech. Yeah, I totally get that. Normal person. Unofficial DevRel is best DevRel, in my opinion. I mean, well, okay, that sounds really stupid. Official DevRel is official DevRel, like that's really cool. But like unofficial is it's kind of like smaller, and I know the smaller is probably bad, like money and attention wise, but you also don't have to just be a thing. For example, what if I was unofficial DevRel for awesome frickin' keyboards, concepts of rubber ducky debugging, the idea of this whiteboard, Pomodoro technique, and then like AWS and Terraform and like push button deployment with an OGelton. That's not official, but it gives people enough stuff that they can oops, sorry, I hit that. They can have enough to talk about and ask about, right? Marketing aspects of oh, sir, Bobby, that's I know. Yeah, but like, yeah, I mean that's the thing where like it is a really tough like line, you know. And I so you might remember a couple streams back where I got super frustrated, and that was like really. I'm not even gonna go back and watch it. I was so disappointed in myself for getting so frustrated and upset with a particular like .NET related thing that kind of went off the rails of what I wanted for my stream. And I don't have to go back and watch it, just know the fact that like I did not handle that poorly. So I'm sorry to anyone that was here and felt offended about that, but it is one of those things where like there are definitely camps, like there are definitely still like camps of this is our thing and this is what we're making, and we're starting to expand to the other camps, but like they are still camps, and when you're outside the camp, it gets really frustrating, you know. Trying to get Linux on your XPS 15. Yeah, and a bad stream can really shake you. So I know Rambling Geek, I don't think Rambling Geek is still in the stream, was talking in one of our shared Discord channels where they felt like they had a really bad stream last on Saturday, and yeah, like that's all it is. It's a pop-up stream. It's not on demand. It's I don't know. I was in a mood. I had a cool thing to show, and then people. So here it is.